nii, tundub, et oleme jõudnud tagasi. Loodan, et lõuna oli siis maitsev ja kosutav ja saite siis ka kindlasti omavahel kogemusi jagada ja kontakte vahetada. Ja tundub, et melu jätkub veel, mis on ainult positiivne. Nii, aga liigume siis meie päeva finaali poole ning nüüd tulebki meie ette rääkima enda lugu siis meie külalistiimist ja Ukrainast Viktoriya Talashkevych, kes räägibki siis, kuidas nemad on ettevõtlikud naised Ukrainas, nii et palun.
Tere päevast, lugupeetud daamid ja härrad. Mul on hea meel tervitada teid Ukraina delegatsioonil nimel. Meile on suur au osaleda sellel konverentsil. Thank you very much. We were talking before that about artificial intellect, and that's exactly what he helped me to do. So thanks a lot. If something was wrong, that's about him, not me. And I was listening carefully. Thanks to Inut, they have organized translators for us. And thanks to translators, we've been listening carefully. And Miss Sandra at the beginning told that women presenting something or doing business should be bright. So I've prepared as well. That's for you. And for you to remember from which city our group is, it is written here on my sweater. Kropivnitsky. It's difficult. Before that, we were called Kirovograd. It was easier for foreigners. Now it's Kropivnitsky. And I'm wearing this sweater as well because almost each event in Ukraine, when we start with thanks to our soldiers who defend our borders, and not only borders, as you know now. And the lady who owns the company in our city, which makes these sweaters, she has a husband and a son on the war. So we are trying to wear these sweaters to support her and her business. So you will be able to make photo with me and remember the name Kropivnitsky. We'll be grateful. And actually, in our cooperation with Inut, we support a lot women who has been internally displaced because people, business women and those women who are doing some other jobs or professions do not feel very good when they are losing everything in 1 or 2 days. And I think that emotional support which we give to each other is the biggest thing we can do. But of course, we can also share our knowledge, our professional skills, our resources. And we have learned being here in Estonia that you have around 1,300,000 people. And actually, it's almost the same which we have in our Kirovograd region, only one region. And over 3 million of women have been internally displaced in Ukraine, and our region has received or welcomed around 100,000 people. And I think it's maybe the same which Estonia has welcomed of Ukrainians. And this is Yulia. She is from Liman, and she is one of the participants of our women I don't like this word, entrepreneurship businesswoman participants. And she moved from Liman, and the first days she moved to our city, she came and began to do workshops on scrapbooking. If you know that, it's doing something very beautiful with paper. And she began to do her business in our city, and now she's very important part of our team and of our city. And I should say that how tragical it is, but because of war, because of full-scale invasion, we have our city has gained a lot of very bright, very, very talented women, which we are proud of. Yulia is one of them. And as far as Red and Inut asked me to tell in general, About the results of war and women in business, I should tell that now we have big hopes on women in our economics and in business, as far as a lot of men are on war. Well, actual women as well, but still women are mostly doing things about economics. And now we can say that state, our Ukrainian state, also supports women more and more in doing businesses. For example, before the full-scale invasion, we had programs of money support, and you were talking today about this in Estonia as well. You could receive around 4,000 euros to start a business and employ one person, or around 5,000 euro to start a business and employ two people. It was obligatory, and it is obligatory. And now the state, understanding the necessity of engaging women into business, there is a new program, I think from September, where a person can receive around 1,500 euros and start a business by herself as a businesswoman, for example, and not employing, because employing someone else, it needs also taxes, more bureaucracy, more reports, and so on. But of course, when I said at the beginning that we always thanks to our soldiers who are defending us when we start any event, we should also, and we do, thanks to our allies, as well as a deputy which we have met in parliament said that without allies, Estonia at your war for independence couldn't cope. The same is with us now in Ukraine. And of course, without support of allies, of ENG, of Estonia, we couldn't manage to do all that what women do in our region and in our city, because such women as Natalia, and maybe some of you tried pastila, which we brought here, those dry fruits. Natalia has been an engineer in her city, and she never did business, but she always had a dream to make some healthy desserts, healthy sweets. And when she came into this project, she managed to fulfill that dream. She registered as an entrepreneur, businesswoman, registered official, and received a grant. So now a lot of women who have been teachers, doctors, local authorities working in city councils, they moved, and what they can do, they can start something new. And that's really cool, actually, if not so tragic, but cool still. So about some more accents about women's entrepreneurship in wartime. What are the challenges women meet? Women meet challenges connected with money for businesses because banks, they are doing good. I mean, our bank system wasn't broken. Everything was working since the first day and now, but still possibility to receive a loan for business is not that good as it was before the full-scale invasion. And besides the family responsibilities, women are now in charge of a lot of businesses because men has gone to war. And on one hand, it's good. I mean, women haven't been in charge of big quantity of businesses in Ukraine before. But on the other hand, businesses are not doing that well now because of war. And it seems that women being in charge of businesses are not doing that well. I mean, they are in such difficult conditions that someone could say that, you see, we had a man director and now we have a woman director and she's not that good. But it is because of war, because these supply links are broken. A lot of businesses are broken, and women in business have to face a lot of challenges which they have never faced before and which men has never faced before the full-scale invasion. Now you can see the whole group of our project, which is supported by ENG and by Estonian government. We have here only 12 of us, but you just can come and meet and talk to girls. When we have started this project, we have been forming success teams. And me, being a teacher by education and trainer by my profession, I didn't really believe in this idea because I'm about learning. I mean, there should be lectures, trainings, seminars. And Inut says, no, there should be teams of success. They should talk, communicate, support each other. And it won't work. No, never. And it worked so good. We had this first group communicating for 5 months, and the results are really great. I will tell you more about the results, but actually the biggest thing they have received, it's new contacts, especially for those women, maybe half of them, who came to our city from other cities. And warm communication and understanding of the same problems which each of us meets and faces now. Maybe several words about what war has changed in economics and in business in Ukraine. I will not talk a lot about some tragic things and about destruction and elsewhere. I think you see that on news maybe every day, because we see that Estonia pays attention to that, and we watch Estonian television these days, and we see Ukraine is always on agenda. But innovations and some adaptation to difficult situations has also been the result of this war. And we had a big component in our work with women connected with social media. We actually didn't have a lot about artificial intellect, and after today's panel discussion, I think we will add that. Although when we were talking about social media and about possibility for women to sell their products, to sell their services via Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, we also talked about artificial intelligence, and we will do that more. Because this solidarity, social solidarity and support, it is not possible nowadays without social media. People can reach to each other easily from Ukraine to Estonia, inside Ukraine, which is quite big, to connect people who moved from Ukraine to Austria, Netherlands, the USA. And so we see that it helps people to grow. And nevertheless, we don't always think only about technologies. I want to show you these three ladies. They are also participants of our group and of our project, and they have came to the project in a hope to open a mental space care center. They all do some very brilliant stuff like aromatherapy, sound therapy, healing with, this доски с гвоздями. Не знаю, как по-английски. Когда ты встаешь на доску с гвоздями ногами, да, может быть, знаете. Да, кто-то, может быть, даже пробовал. Okay, so, and they have came, 3 of them, and they have opened this center, and actually we have been there already. And they are quite right, because when we speak about technologies, when we speak about 3D printing and so on, we still should remember about soul, about mental health. And mental health care is quite an issue in Ukraine because people are living in trauma 2.5 years, not counting even before 10 years. And actually even here, we felt, sometimes girls told me, that when the tram is going near the hotel and you can hear that at night, you are just thinking if everything's okay, if it's not bumping. And so mental health is really important. But something more about numbers. I've told that we've learned that around 1 million of people in Estonia, but actually we have counted that over 1 million of people have known about this Ukrainian-Estonian cooperation via media, because we deal a lot, and my organization deals a lot with media, with local newspapers, television, and we saw great interest from on behalf of local media to the women business stories, especially to the stories of women who moved from some eastern parts to Kropyvnytsky. We have cooperated with Inut since 2016 or 17, but first 2 years of invasion, they have supported us a lot, especially women in journalism. They have fundraised money here, and we have supported local newspapers with small money for them to write about women internally displaced, how they cope in new situations. And actually, this program is that popular that we have over 100 applications, and more than 30 women we have already went through this program of success teams, and 8 new entrepreneurs, right, businesswomen have registered. And it's actually a great deal because in Ukraine, we do not have that big bureaucracy about registering, because you can do it now in your mobile phone, maybe in 15 minutes. But to work successfully and to take this courage to start a business, to pay taxes, to think about some social investments into pension, for example, it takes a great deal. So we are proud that 8 people have already just did that. And we have given 5 grants. About some of them I've told you, but there is also one more grant I want to tell you about. It's a psychologist, Katerina. She's a psychologist, and she helps wounded soldiers who are in the hospital to overcome this trauma. And we also supported her because she works in this very important sphere of mental health. Of course, support of international community and allies, it's something which makes Ukraine, which will make Ukraine great again. Sorry for that. Yeah, because we have quite a few programs for business people, for non-profits, for trainers. And actually, we didn't know, but we have engaged Inna. She's an expert on social media development, Instagram and so on. And she's a trainer, so she couldn't go with us to Tallinn. She couldn't take part in the grant program, but she learned about some Estonian grant program which works in Ukraine, and she applied, and from around 600 people, she was one of those 10 who won this project. And I think that it was not only that she was teaching us, but maybe she has gained from ladies, businesswomen, something that helped her to receive that grant as well. In Ukraine now, Estonia deals a lot, works a lot. I will not speak about help which Estonia gives in the military way, because I think you know about that, and I'm not an expert on that. But I mentioned here only several programs which we are connected with. Of course, it is Inut, and actually since 2022 they support our programs, and we have joined projects together, but we were working for more years. Estonian Refugee Council, they support vulnerable population, and actually every time in my city I can see people in jackets with this Estonian Refugee Council. We have great support from SDEV for women in vulnerable areas, and we have this program Garage 48 with starting businesses. So it's all, and I don't think that's all about Estonian help. That's just something which we have been connected to. And why we can do that? Because local media, and especially small media in newspapers in villages, they are really engaged into this business, into this area sphere. And actually these are photos from 2022 when Inut helped us. And one of these girls, Galina, is right over there. Yeah, and I just wanted to tell that Galina this last month has written so many articles about women doing different jobs and professions that I really hope that you will make a book of that, because it would be great, really. There are some other initiatives inspired by Estonia, and together, I think there are some things which each of you does, and you do not know that you have influenced someone so much. That's for sure. You will not even know about that. And I think, Riet and your team, you don't know that when we have been there in 2017, first what we have received is flickers, flickers to be seen in the street. And there was one lady, she was a participant of that group. And since then, Irina, she has started huge campaign on flickers in Ukraine. They have made thousands of workshops for kids, for adults, for professional groups. And I can say that she is an ambassador of this flicker movement, because in Ukraine, it's not obligatory to have flickers as it is in Estonia, yeah, right? And in Ukraine, they are trying to change that both on policy level. What else? Gender monitoring of local media. We do that together with non-profit organizations in Ukraine, but we first have learned about that it is important here in Estonia in 2017 when we have came. Of course, it's about engaging displaced women in our local context, and maybe some of you saw these packages with soups outside. I think there is one more, maybe someone took, I hope. And we have a big volunteer group, around 300 people, I guess. We are doing dry soups for army and for internally displaced people and for occupied territories. And we have learned then in Estonia that when people come from vulnerable regions or vulnerable people come to our city, they should be engaged into something. Volunteering, for example, doing something which is useful. And of course, when we say about international allies, I just wanted to tell, I know that girls were talking about artificial intelligence. We have very good friends in San Francisco, the organization which is called WAKE, Women Alliance for Knowledge Exchange. And they will be doing in Vilnius next May, a big conference for Ukrainian women from Estonia, Lithuania, and Poland. So if you know some women who came here from Ukraine doing business, I will leave here business cards. You just can take them and give to them, because there would be a big, great conference in Vilnius, and we would love to have Ukrainian women from Estonia to come. What else? Just not to be, am I okay? Yeah, okay. I just wanted to tell that we work a lot with our other partners, not only Estonia, but for example, Berlin, we have partners, Deutsche Gesellschaft, and I don't know if you know this guy. This is Frank Peter Wilde. He's from Berlin. He's a blogger and influencer, and he supports Ukraine a lot. And just last week I was in Berlin, and we took there a lot of Ukrainian journalists who were communicating with him and with other institutions and people. And I really hope that we will try to connect Inut, Deutsche Gesellschaft, and our friends in San Francisco to do something global. I don't know, something big. Because sometimes we joke that our organization has a motto, like, Nokia connecting people, and we have Press Club connecting people. So I hope we will do that. And just several words that we have quite a big separate direction of this cooperation. It's about youth entrepreneurship. We've learned a lot about a junior achievement program in Estonia, and actually we do that for vocational schools in Ukraine now, because our idea is that students in the universities and institutes, they are more advantaged, they are sometimes smarter, at least in Ukraine, and in vocational schools there are so many kids who are really great, but they don't learn how to do business. So now we have made together with Red and Anu Vix and other experts, Kaya, of course, yes. We have made a program and we are probating it already. So they are learning business, and we hope to get some of them in spring or in summer here. Maybe you will meet them. And actually we have quite big plans together with Inut, with many other partners, and we are going to proceed even so we have war, but we are not stopping. And I think that something what we do can be done only together, with allies, can be done only with those girls who are now participants of our program, but I truly believe that there will be project managers in our organization, leaders of some directions, and we are trying to do our best. And thanks for this possibility to be with you. And I saw that Red was giving you something. Everyone who was a speaker, but actually we also have something for Red, because usually organizers who do not have those things. So we have a certificate of appreciation for Inut in sincere gratitude for your support and invaluable assistance to Ukraine women during these challenging times, with deep respect and gratitude from participants of our program. So that's for you.
Thank you very, very much. You are brilliant, and your woman also.
That's for you.
now one question more. Et meil on siin see üks supipakk, mis veel jäänud oli ja nüüd me küsime, et kuidas nad on seda kasutanud ja palju nad neid on teinud, et rindele viia või noh, nad on saatnud kogu aeg rindele. Et how to use this one and second one, how many you made them for the 2 and about 3 years?
We've made such package of soup. We've made 2,000 packages each Saturday during 2.5 years. I think it's quite a lot. I think around 200,000. Yeah, we have in Instagram exact numbers, but I think it's around 200,000. It's a soup which is of vegetables, dried vegetables. There is no meat inside because meat is dangerous, to port. And guys and girls in the frontier line, they can just take a pot with hot water and boil it for 15 minutes, and they have 3 or 4 liters of hot meal in 20 minutes. So they can add their meat, but actually it's the easiest way for them to get a hot meal for a big group of people, like 6 or 7. And this is actually a unique product in Ukraine. Still, you can't buy that in a supermarket. You can buy like one cup soup, as in Estonia as well. And we are planning to do a social enterprise, but after the war. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Coming here.
Yes, we're asking all the delegation or all the women from Ukraine come in front here, please. And we would like to show you all who's have taken that long trip. Yeah, and and you can just make a row here, yes. They can be in front of the chairs and just make a whole big row.
Ja Riina, need märgid annab ise.
Yes, thank you all so much for inspiring us. And I guess if like those kind of bad situations won't stop you doing everything what you do, that's like really inspiring. So thank you.
Thank you very much.